On this episode of Delivering Marketing Joy, we talk with Dawn Olds from Halo about her new role at PPAI and why service is so important. Hey there, and welcome to a brand new edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. I'm your host, Kirby Hassman, and joining me today, someone I've known for a long time, but we haven't spoken a lot here recently, so it's great to reconnect. Dawn Olds, she's the Senior VP of Operations for Halo, and she has a new role at PPAI as well. So, Dawn, I know you're super busy, so thanks for taking the time.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Great to talk to you, Kirby.
Absolutely. Always good to talk to you as well. So, let's talk about that PPAI thing. So you are new in a recent appointment to the PPAI board. So first off, congratulations. And I appreciate your willingness to serve the industry. So why are you looking forward to tackling this role?
Well, thank you. It's a real honor to be part of such a terrific group. I really didn't come into the role or approach this with any kind of preconceived notion about, a platform or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I just really saw it as an opportunity to give back to an industry that's been so great for me. The relationships that I've built over time, the things that I've learned, talking to what really should be competitors, and we have such an open dialogue about business problems and what we're doing to solve them. So I just saw it as kind of a continuation of that. I have kind of a unique skill set that where I've been in accounting, I've been in IT, I've had general operational exposure. So it brings a little bit of a different twist to the board members, I think. Mm-hmm. And I'm just looking forward to helping the PPAI leadership team, who is really outstanding, mm-hmm. just continue to achieve their goals and really look at things from a strategic perspective, since they are doing such a great job of running the day-to-day. To me, it's really more about what's next and asking them leading questions and having them look at things in a different way that maybe they wouldn't have otherwise. And it's a real similar thing that happens with us. We have a board of directors as well. So it's a real similar kind of experience is what I'm expecting.
Yeah, I tell you what, and again, I'm going off topic just a little bit, but I really like the idea that they have, PPAI has moved away from the election per se and really trying to focus on getting people in the board that fill a specific need and have a specific skill set. For me, I think that makes a ton of sense. So I was excited when I saw your name up on that list. So again, congrats and thanks. So you've been with Halo for many years. So I always, anytime I see somebody who's been with an organization for a long time, especially in our industry, we've seen plenty of change. So can you talk to me about like a good thing and one challenging thing that you've seen during that time?
Sure. Yeah, it's been 31 years here at Halo. So I started 8/8/88, and so there's been a lot of changes in the world in general, and then here too. And I really see the thing that has changed the most is really both a good thing and a challenging thing, and that's really the velocity of business and how fast the order cycle is now. And I know you've been in the industry a long time too, Kirby, but I remember where we had days, weeks to get an order together. You could pay attention to every single little detail and really think it out and talk as a group about what you'll do about X, Y, or Z. Now we're still delivering really complex solutions to customers, but you have to do it with lightning speed. You have minutes or hours to do things like customer wants to deliver, they want to import some product, and you have to deliver it to 5,000 locations all at the same day. And you got to give them a quote right now. So, there's stuff like that goes on that it's not like it's really that unusual. And all of us in this industry, we don't get enough credit for the miracle workers that we are. But it's exciting, and I think it's great because we're really delivering more than just product. We're delivering solutions, which takes us out of that commodity kind of thing, which will be good for our industry, but it's also a challenge. You have to be able to think quickly. You have to have solutions readily available. And that is a challenge for us.
Yeah. No, I think that's a great answer because you're right. I mean, from a consumer perspective, the velocity at which we can do it is awesome. Technology's helped with all that. But wow, you're right. That is one of the ways that we can continue to add value. So, yeah, great answer. I love that. So, final question for you. In looking again, we have known each other for a bit, but I did a little LinkedIn stalking on you just to kind of dig in a little deeper. And I noticed that you volunteered quite a bit. You've volunteered for Junior Achievement as a mentor, of course, here in PPAI. I'm sure that takes a lot of time and work. So why is that sort of activity important to you?
Well, I've been really blessed with great mentors, both professionally and personally. My husband and I got married really young. We had a great network of people that I don't think we appreciated as much at the time as I do now. That really helped us get started. And then professionally, I've had great people like Mark or Jack, others that have added things along the way that I feel really strongly that when you've been given those kind of opportunities, you have to give them back. You have to keep the cycle going. And while I'm sure, Danny Rosen, I think he sets the example for all of us on incorporating that giving nature into what you do every day. It's not something special that you're doing that's over and above. It's just part of who you are. So while I'm not there, and I aspire to be more like Danny in that way, I do think that you have to give something back. It's just part of the cycle. You have to do this. And so a lot of my passion is around educational opportunities for kids. So I do Junior Achievement. It's a fun thing, and I get hugs from kindergartners. That's a great thing. And we talk about money and saving money, and they all get a quarter in a bank at the end, and they think it's the greatest thing that ever happened. So it gives back to me just as much as I give out, and it's absolutely worth it. And I think the same thing about volunteering within the industry, where we've had professional success. You have to put yourself in a place where you're giving that opportunity to someone else. Let them learn from you. Just talk to them, and you will learn just as much and get as much back. So I feel pretty passionate about it, obviously.
And you can tell. And I love that, and bringing up Danny. And one of the things that I find is that when maybe we're not where we want to be on that path, but I think it's one of the reasons that it popped out to me, because it is something that I aspire to do better at. And I think as long as we're continually sort of working down the road on that journey, that's as long as we're still on the road, that's good, right? Well, cool. So you've answered my 3 questions. I give everybody a chance to ask me one question. Do you have one for me?
I do. I'm really interested to know from you, Kirby, what is the one thing that you find most valuable to you with the association? What service do you find to be most valuable to you, and why?
So great question. So I think for me, it's been a different thing during each season of my career so far. So, when I first sort of went out and took the step out on my own, being a member of PPAI offered me credibility and legitimacy to say, look, I am a part of the cool kids that are a part of this industry. Then I'd say it probably was, the next level was like, okay, so they provide this trade show and these networking opportunities. And now, honestly, one of the things that I value the most from the association is really the sort of the advocacy, the idea of the Get in Touch campaign, the idea that we are working. Many of us are we're connecting people of like minds who are sort of working to raise and elevate the industry. To be honest, there are days where you get frustrated during that, but when you know that the association really does have that as a focus and they're putting their money where their mouth is, that's something I find incredibly valuable and inspirational.
Yeah, that's great. I feel a lot the same way.
Yeah, cool. Well, Dawn, you've done it. I appreciate you taking the time. Again, I know you're busy, and this was fun, so we'll have to do it again sometime, okay?
Yes, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much, Kirby.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. That's going to wrap up this edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. We'll see you next time.